To complete stored community projects, timely warning there, timely reminder from Minister of Infrastructure, Honorable Charles Milupi there. And now we are asking these heavy rains to have washed away a critical bridge in Iteji. Was this bridge forgotten? Was this bridge neglected? Did it need works to be done on it for it to have lasted during this particular rainy season? Or was it neglected and people decided to focus their attention on using constituency development funds for other things apart from looking at this critical Iteji bridge? Now we're being told it's bridges, so which means it's more than one bridge that has been washed away, cutting off 16,000 people from accessing obviously this particular area because of the heavy downpour that most parts of Zambia has been experiencing. Now the minister has reminded obviously members of parliament, councillors and the communities in these various constituencies to complete stored community projects. Now the question is the quality of these particular projects that are being done under the constituency development fund. How's the quality? Which contractors are we using? For instance, we know that we have capable men and women in uniform that can construct, number one, roads, number two, bridges, number three, classrooms, if you like, or infrastructure that can stand the test of time. And we're talking about our very own Zambia National Service, ZNS. Yes, we have capable men and women that can be able to work on our roads and be able to construct these drainages. But we have seen in the past that when you give them to individual contractors, these particular drainages leave much to be desired. If you go around Lusaka, you will notice that Lusaka floods, it's more like you are talking about ceremonies that glorify the movement of people from one place to the other during the rainy season. Okay, right here in Lusaka, that normally happens. Drainages are blocked, we have poor drainages. But if, for instance, our men and women in uniform are tasked to control this particular, to construct drainages or roads, we will be able to appreciate them because anyway, we are aware of what they are capable of doing when it comes to works. We have seen some of the works they've done in the past and they've stood the test of time. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our guests. Please do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So grateful for your love. The Healing Word Ministries International presents a Revisiting Our Foundation conference under the theme, Revisiting Our Foundation, Breaking Iniquities and Building Legacies. Anointed teachings by Apostle Rodwell and Reverend Rose Simukonda blend timeless truth and modern insights from Jesus Life Center Apostolic Church in Zambia, Kitwe, a gathering for all ages. Whether you're seeking wisdom, freedom, or fresh purpose, this conference is your divine reset. What to expect? Dynamic worship, from hymns to contemporary praise, ignite your spirit. Prophetic deliverance and healing, break cycles, restore joy, and reclaim your destiny. Why come? Grandparents, pass down legacy of faith. Parents, equip your family for breakthrough. Young adults, youth, discover your purpose in a shifting world. Kids, fun, faith-filled activities, ages 3 to 12 years old. Dates, 20th to 23rd, February 2025. Time, 17:30 hours to 19:30 hours. On the 22nd, we will be having special leadership training from 9 hours to 12:30 hours and 15 hours to 18 hours. Join us this Sunday, the 23rd, for a Rebuild Foundation service from 9 hours to 12 hours. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International, opposite Hilltop Hospital, Ibex Hill, Kabulonga. Can't attend in person? Join our live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Stay connected. For more information, call or WhatsApp +260 962 965 883. Don't miss this. Bring your family, friends, and neighbors. Let's rebuild foundations where every generation finds hope, healing, and salvation.
Jesus, you are. Now you want to lift your voice, say, you are.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, or for still joining us, dear viewers, this particular morning. Now, like we said, that our guest will be joining us. Obviously, it's 15 minutes after 8, but our guest is here, like we earlier promised you. And as Cabinet TV, when we make a promise, we do endeavor to fulfill that particular promise. Mr. Bartholomew Phiri joins us this morning. He is Socialist Party, Lusaka Province Youth Secretary, and he's here with us to discuss youth crisis. Governance crisis threatens the future of the Zambian youth. Mr. Phiri, good to see you and welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Joe. It's my pleasure being hosted here.
Okay, it's our pleasure hosting you as well, Mr. Phiri. Like you say in your circles as Socialist Party, we say comrade greetings.
Yes, we address one another as comrades.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Mr. Phiri, let's get into it. First of all, how is the Socialist Party as a party, as a whole, how is it doing ahead of 2026?
Right. We are equal to the task.
Okay.
The Socialist Party is doing fine, and we are trying our level best to mobilize ourselves, giving hope to the Zambian people.
Okay.
You know, our party is a ideological based political party, and our major focus is to represent the masses of our people and address their issues that they are facing in a daily basis life.
Okay.
Yes.
So my next question to you is, how is the Socialist Party different from these other political parties that are currently on the political market? How is the Socialist Party different, Mr. Phiri?
Okay. The Socialist Party is a different political party. looking at our core values and principles that we stand on, they are totally different from these other political parties.
Okay.
The Socialist Party is a political party that advances the interest of the people first.
Okay.
Ours is national interest first. We trying to do away with the concepts of individualism and as well as just wanting things to our side. Instead, we need to put our people in the forefront of it all.
Fantastic. Now let's get into it. We have seen that it's debatable though, but we have seen that there has been the reintroduction of free education, and now what most stakeholders are asking, and the majority Zambians out there, is what are the main obstacles to accessing quality education in Zambia, and how do these impact the young people's future prospects, Mr. Phiri?
Thank you so much, comrade. You've mentioned of a reintroduction of free education. I usually call it an attempt to brainwash the Zambian minds.
Why?
Because they want Zambian people to believe that they care for the majority Zambians when they are denying them access to quality education, when they are denying them, access to the necessary knowledge. You can never be a doctor if you're denied access to the necessary knowledge. Obtaining a grade 12 certificate is not enough. Our colleagues promised the Zambian people free education from grade 1 to university tertiary level, which they have failed to deliver. Now, talking of the obstacles that the young people are facing to access quality education, there are several of them, many factors. One of them, we can talk about inadequate funding, which is the major issue that is affecting our education sector. If we don't invest much in education, then it means we are compromising the quality of education that we need to deliver to our people. Education needs huge funding. We need to inject a lot of money in education. Like we, the Socialist Party, are saying, we are not going to allocate less than 25% from our national budget, because we understand that there are a lot of tools that are needed in the education sector. We can talk about digital resources, we can talk about technology tools, we can also talk about teaching resources or materials that are needed, such as books, textbooks, reading books, even providing books to our people. If we talk about free education, it can never be free if at all our people can spend more than 2,000 just to buy uniforms, school books, bags, shoes and all that. So there are a lot of factors. Funding is one of them, which we as the Socialist Party feel it's important to inject a lot of money in this sector. We can also talk about poverty. Poverty is another obstacle to quality education. How is poverty an obstacle to quality education? Because it reduces the attendance. It also reduces academic performance. When a child is hungry, they cannot perform well in school. You go to school with an empty stomach, automatically your concentration will be away from whatever you are doing. So we as the Socialist Party, we are saying it's important to fund in more money in the education sector, because this is the major, sector that everyone needs. Everybody needs a right to education. When you are denied that access, then it means our education will never be quality. That's what we feel as Socialist Party. And these obstacles can only be addressed when there's money available to address these issues.
Fantastic. Now, Mr. Phiri, still on education and its obstacles, obviously, to accessing quality education. Let me ask this. We have seen that the capable and able, once giant Zambia Education Publishing House, ZEF, is has been tasked to print the new curriculum, obviously, and in one of our newspapers this morning, it has been announced that e-copies are available now for this new curriculum. My question to you, a concern that stakeholders have brought on board is the new curriculum, or has Zambia's curriculum over the years addressed the challenges that the young people have been going through? And I mean, in this case, is the curriculum Zambia has had in these schools answering to the needs that this country is facing or going through, such that when a child completes grade 12, they're equipped with skills to be able to address some of the challenges that this country is going through? Mr. Phiri.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade. Talking of the education curriculum in our country, I think the bottom line lies in finances.
Okay.
You have talked about giving skills to our people. Those skills are not they are not accessed freely. They need money. This is why we are saying we need to deliver free education from grade 1 to university level. I've talked about the necessary knowledge. The skills that we are talking about here are the same necessary knowledge. For instance, we have seen in the recent past that many have tried to give skills to our young people. For instance, like carpenters, our seamstresses, ladies that are involved in sewing, tailoring. We have tried to do that, but we seem to lack what I may term as in identifying the root cause of why is it that we are unable to reach to this level that we expect. It's because of we are not giving these skills freely. Instead, we are giving these at a fee. So now,
our brothers and sisters that are involved in metal fabrication, bricklaying and carpentry, but to a modern youth, these are considered to be not so fancy jobs, hence they end up in white collar jobs and the like. Mr. Phiri, why can't we begin to encourage or urge our young people to venture into technology advancements, technology innovation, and the like? Why should we subject them to carpentry, tailoring, or seamstressing and the like?
All right, it's not just a thing, comrade, of subjecting our people to carpentry, tailoring, metal fabrication, and all that, but it's a responsibility of government. Okay. The responsibility of government, like we, the Socialist Party, we are saying that there is need for us to venture into technology world, because today most people live into a technology world, and you can't do without technology.
Exactly.
So it's the responsibility of government to ensure that these things are brought on the table. And the curriculum that we've had in the past has not been addressing these issues, because we seem to have not paid much attention that this is key and important in our daily life. So we, the Socialist Party, are saying that there is need to also have these skills that we are talking about. Already we have some young people that are well trained in computer issues, ICT and IT, and I think those have also brought in a leeway to access to the digital world, and we are very much in support and committed to bring about such as Socialist Party.
Okay, fantastic. Now, dear viewer, obviously you can come through and give us a call or a text message on the number that is scrolling on your TV screen, 0973-852700. Let's look at what role do you think vocational training and entrepreneurship can play in equipping young Zambians with the skills they need to succeed in the job market?
Okay. So to succeed in the job market, we are talking about job creation.
Okay.
We are talking about progressive economic policies. All right. So vocational, you said vocational?
Trainings.
Okay. So vocational trainings. For the young people, initiatives like supporting entrepreneurship, engaging into business is also important. And this is something that we should pay particular attention to. Just by way of giving our people skills and all that, minus funding, giving them empowerments, I think it will just mean we are doing nothing. They do not have money to use. Now, if we as government decide not to give them money, to empower them in order for them to carry out all these activities, then what are we doing? We are doing nothing. Okay. So job creation, we need to generate employment opportunities. Okay? We need to generate employment opportunities, initiatives like supporting entrepreneurship, encouraging businesses as well, and also to hire young people and invest in infrastructure. This is important.
Okay.
Their skills and everything that we are giving forth without funding, it will just mean useless. We need to think about the common Zambian who cannot have capital to implement these skills that they have learned.
Okay. Now, we interact a lot with our brothers and sisters from our neighboring countries that have come here in Zambia, and they're doing well when it comes to having these retail shops. They're doing extremely well. And surprisingly, you find that the ordinary common Zambian mother, brother or sister or father, they only venture into selling charcoal, selling tomatoes, vegetables, and you find that our brothers and sisters from our neighboring countries are thriving when it comes to having these grocery shops and all. What challenge are we facing as Zambia?
Running a shop. Instead, we have encouraged our people to own a salon, to own a barber shop, which is not very bad. But our concentration has not been that much when we talk about these other types of jobs. So we as Zambians, I think it's high time that we train our people how to do business. Because all in all, this is business. Okay? So when we train our people how to venture into different businesses, I think you will realize that even the youth unemployment will reduce. But the problem that our people have been facing again is that they lack capital. Okay? If you look at these empowerments that government has been giving, I think they don't amount to the expectation of the Zambian people. For instance, you are given a 4,000. How much are you going to rent a shop? Maybe the shop is 1,050 kwacha. I mean 1,500 or 2,000. Automatically, the money is just too little for you to venture into those businesses. So I think a common Zambian has to be considered much, and we need to pay attention to them.
And my question is, when you see a 5,000 being given as empowerment funds to boost a business or to boost whatever, is there research? Let me ask you, maybe you've noticed this or you've observed this. Is there proper research that is conducted in these communities, interviews that are conducted to ask these people what is good for them, what businesses they would like to do? Because if you're going to give somebody 2,000 kwacha to say you're going to boost your business, come on. If you're going to give, let's say, a young person to say start a barber shop in 5,000 kwacha, rent, you're talking about rent. You're talking about a clipper, a barbing machine.
Yes.
How much is the barbing machine? How much are they going to rent that place? The 1 month they start, they are done. The money is gone. So my question is, should there then be deliberate government policies that promote entrepreneurship among young people?
Right. Thank you so much, comrade. Government deliberate policy to promote entrepreneurship among young people is essential and important.
Okay.
But we are looking at a 5,000 given to these young people with our economy today. You have just mentioned of a barbing machine. Today they are very costly. I'll give an example of
with load shedding.
Yes, I gave an example of just paying lentils. It's 1,500 to 2,000, and then someone is given a 4,000 or a 5,000. Automatically, it cannot work.
A 2,000?
Yes, even a 2,000. So what we need, you see, these people, the young people, have to be empowered in such a way that they have enough. Because at the end of the day, when you give them little, they are frustrated. And then they'll misuse that money. Because I've noticed that there hasn't been accountability, even in the same monies that are being given. I witnessed a scenario some years back where some youths were encouraged to form cooperatives, and they were given some 50,000 as a group. Maybe there are 30 or 20 in that group, and they're given 50,000 to share that money and then start up some businesses as way of boosting their capital.
Exactly.
But you see, the money given to them is too little, and maybe their expectation is too high, and then you give them a 2,000. Automatically, it's more like you're frustrating them. So what we need to do is we need to make a survey so that we can have an idea on what is needed. For instance, if we talk about a barber shop, like you have given an example of a barbing machine, we need to understand what is needed in a barber shop and how much is involved, such that when you give them, it's a way of promoting them and also motivating them, so that you give them hope that they can do better than, unlike giving them little money as though you are trying to frustrate them. That leads also to misuse of money. So we need to come up with a deliberate policy that is going to sensitize, that is going to, bring our people to that sense of understanding and acknowledging that we are trying our level best to boost businesses. And like doing it as though we are trying to buy votes as way of manipulating their minds using political psychology, I think it cannot work.
Is this why, as a country, we have been seen to lag behind in terms of development and developing our young people when it comes to the issuing out of empowerment funds? Is this why this kind of model is failing us as a country?
Definitely, comrade, yes. Because you see, I've talked about frustrations. Young people pass through a lot. And when they are not taken care of, they are easily frustrated. This is when they are learning life. This is when they are under peer pressure. This is when they want to enjoy themselves. Now, if at all we seem not to concentrate much and also create an awareness on showing them how important life is, and then we just maybe give them these monies, 2,000s and lakh, and then we leave them like that, it means we are not solving anything. So this has also contributed to where we are today. And it's the responsibility of every government to ensure that they do their very best if we are to come up, or maybe if we are to promote our young people in venturing into various businesses. It's very important.
Okay, let's begin to look at young people that are venturing, unfortunately, into crime. Last week we saw, for instance, 4 Lusaka youths being gunned down by the Zambia police because obviously of being involved in a spate of car thefts, and this particular incident brought about mixed reactions from members of the public. Some are showing sympathy to these criminals who do not promote criminal activities, nor do we condone it, and some are commending the Zambian people for having gunned down these particular 4 criminals. And now my question to you is, what is making young people to embrace criminal activities, in as much as they know that, number 1, it's bad, 2, they've seen their friends losing their lives at the hands of the police, but they still continue in these criminal activities? What is causing that?
Right, thank you so much. We are talking about youth delinquency. By youth delinquency, I'm simply talking about the involvement of young people in unsocial activities, behaviors that are not acceptable. Of course, criminal activities, substance abuse. You know, our young people have been involved in these activities, yes, but we need to dig out and trace the root cause of youth delinquency. What contributes much to this, comrade? Youth delinquency. You know, our people are lacking employment. That's number one. These young people are frustrated. I'm just from talking about the frustration in the young people. I'll give you an example. A child is going to school and is being told, when you are done with school, I'll send you to tertiary education. I want you to become whom you want to be. And this child will concentrate much on education, work tirelessly until obtain him or herself a grade 12 certificate, and maybe parents will fight so hard that this child can be sent to university and acquire their skills, or maybe profession, and they become who they want to be. And at the end of the day, they are not employed. So you will see that they'll be frustrated. At the end, they'll venture into criminal activities. They'll venture into drug abuse, substance abuse, which is very bad for our young people. Despite them knowing that this is bad, but because there is nothing to do, you find them venturing into these activities that are not acceptable in society. So employment has to be considered. That's number one. Let us give them what to do. We are just from talking about youth skills. Now, in a way whereby we give them skills and then deny them access to utilize those skills by load shedding, for instance. We're just talking about barber men. We're just talking about a lady who is owning a salon somewhere. Then they are kept 5 days without electricity. Automatically, they have nothing to do.
Isn't this an opportunity, Mr. Phiri? Sorry to cut you short, but don't lose your thought. Isn't this an opportunity now? Because load shedding is here to stay. It's been with us for quite some time now. I remember even in the MMD, but load shedding was there. In the PF, load shedding was there. In the UPND, load shedding is here. So maybe it's here to stay with us. So don't you think now this is an opportunity for us as a people to begin to embrace other forms of energy. And to begin to innovate? We can use a genset, we can use solar. Don't you think as young people we need to broaden and widen our scope?
All right. Yeah, that's an opportunity. I agree. And at the same time, I don't agree. Because we don't need load shedding as Zambians. We don't need it at all, comrade. Now, if we say that we must see an opportunity in load shedding, here is a person doing business with less capital. How do you expect them to buy solar? How do you expect them to buy genset? Automatically, we're talking about a genset. How much is the price of fuel today? So it cannot work. The issue of genset to a barber shop cannot work. The issue of genset to a salon cannot work.
So we let the salon die?
No, we are not going to let the salon die.
Mr. Phiri.
What I'm simply trying to put on the table here is this.
Exactly.
We don't need to let the salon or the barber shop to die. But let us stop load shedding our people on purpose. Why am I saying on purpose? It's because this government is exporting electricity. They said it themselves that we are exporting to import. Now, the more they export, the more hours are increasing. At the end of the day, our people are left 92 hours without electricity. Should we really say, let's look at load shedding and find an opportunity that we venture into solar and gensets? Automatically, it cannot work. So, our people need electricity. If we are giving out to others, why can't we? Because the logic there does not work. We can only export excess and not what is less than for consumption. For instance, if what we need is 200 megawatts, then maybe we have 500 megawatts. Yes, if we use 200, then we can export maybe 200 and reserve 100 for, for emergency purposes. Now, you find that we have less and then we are exporting, and then we are giving an excuse to our people that we have got low water levels. I think at the end of the day, we want to encourage them to venture into solar. I think it will seem as though we are mocking them. Okay. So, load shedding has put us in a mess. Our people are going 5 days without electricity, meaning that those that are doing barbershop business or barbershop saloons, there are other guys that are busy with popcorn machines, popping up those popcorns. They can't do anything. At the end of the day, we are contributing that they venture into youth delinquency, which is a very bad thing.
Okay, let's now go to our Facebook page and see what you, the viewers, are saying. Thank you so much that you are engaging with us via our Facebook page. Simeon Muzieche, thank you so much, my brother. Febi Chinyama, White Man Muvu. Okay, so he is connected with us this morning. Thank you, Mr. Cheleshe. I want you to address the concern of Nelly B. Jean. She says you need representation in Parliament. Also, you need to mobilize the party. What is your take?
Thank you so much. It's a good concern. We are on the ground, comrade. What's the name again?
Nelly B. Jean.
Okay, Nelly B. Jean, we are on the ground. We are mobilizing ourselves. I don't know, where is she coming from?
She's from within Lusaka. She's a regular viewer in Kola.
Okay, she's from within Lusaka. We are on the ground, and then we are doing our level best. The other concern saying that we need young people in Parliament, we have been advocating much on this one. And if you look at the Socialist Party leadership, most positions and critical positions then are given to the young people, because the Socialist Party has embraced the young people. Okay, it has embraced, and Comrade Dr. Fred Membe is very, very, very much open with the young people.
Okay.
He encourages the young people to take up leadership positions because he understands that fresh minds play a vital role when it comes to governance. So we are on the ground, and definitely come 2026, you will see most young people vying for parliamentary seats. Already, these people that have been contesting as councillors and mayors, they are young people in the Socialist Party. Majority of them are young people that have contested on those seats. So we are very much concerned, and the Socialist Party is open for the young people. It has given out leadership to the young people.
Okay. And when you talk about young people, are the young ladies included as well, or it's only you, the men?
No, the young ladies are included
as well.
Yes, we have got young ladies that are included. They have taken up positions, and then they are doing very fine.
Okay, fantastic. As we begin to wind up, let's look at your performance in the recent by-elections that took place in Pambashe, Kawambwa, and Petauke Central constituency. How was your performance as an opposition party?
All right, thank you so much. Our performance has not been that bad, except for Petauke Central, where we did not do much, and I think it should be the least from all these. But we have performed well, and then most of these by-election we have come out number 2. Now that shows that we are on the ground. That shows to say we are committed to what we are doing, and we are mobilizing ourselves. So the performance itself, we are just putting more effort to ensure that we preach out to our people the message that we have of justice, equity, and peace to the Zambian people. Okay.
Now, I always say that I have a problem with you opposition political parties. When the PF was there, I always used to say I have a problem with opposition political parties. Now, the UPND is here. Probably in 2026, when the Socialist Party forms government, I'll still have a problem with opposition.
Manifesto that we have as Socialist Party is the manifesto that was not drafted by Comrade Fred Membe or the General Secretary Comrade Cosmas Nsumali. It's a manifesto that was drafted by the Zambians themselves, okay, by way of pressing concerns. This is what we want a government to do for us. So we are the Socialist Party. We want to work with the Zambian people, advancing national interest first than our personal interest. Okay? We are there to represent the people. We are there to serve the masses. That will be the only difference. And the other thing that I keep talking about most of the times is we as leaders, if we want to do things as we feel, then it means we have lost the way.
Okay.
Okay? We need to work with all traditional leaders. They are the ones who knows the challenges that the people are facing. We need to embrace religious leaders. In churches, we've got vulnerable people. We've got people that are suffering. And pastors have a heavy load on them, a burden on them. So when we begin to work with these people, automatically we will address these issues in accordance with the expectation of the Zambian people. Okay? So it's important for us as government, when we form government, to work with the Zambian people. We are going to work differently, because Socialist Party is not a party that comes to promise the Zambian people. It's a party that comes to give a vision to the Zambian people, putting it on the table, expecting the Zambians themselves to tell us, okay, yes, we want this, we want this. This is the job of a servant.
Okay. The largest constituency is watching, and that's the Zambian people. You have the Socialist Party members watching. 2026 is strolling by, Mr. Phiri. Why should the Zambian people, why should the Socialist Party members continue to support Socialist Party, and why should the Zambian people vote for Comrade President Fred Membe and the Secretary General Mr. Comrade Cosmas Musumali and the Socialist Party as a party? Why should they vote for you?
Right. The reason as to why Zambians must vote for the Socialist Party under the leadership of Dr. Fred Membe and Dr. Cosmas Musumali, our General Secretary. The Socialist Party is a party that preaches justice, that preaches equity, that preaches peace. In our communities where we live in, there's no justice. In our communities where we live in, there's no equity. In our communities where we live in, there's no peace. And I laugh a lot when I hear, you know, the president saying that we have brought peace. Yes, Zambia has never been at war since independence. But the war is within ourselves. Njala amene ili manyumba ileta nkondo. Because vantu vaenda kuba, creating enmity. Just imagine napeza kuti mwana wa ndio amenani bera. And maybe I know you are a very good friend of mine, or maybe you are a neighbor. Then mwana wa nani bera. Then nampeza. Do you think I'll spare your child? I'll send your child to prison. Now, if I do that, what have I brought?
Enmity.
Enmity. So if we are at peace, why should vana vangono kwenda kuba? Why is it that tuona vantu wakuba? So we are talking about justice, equity and peace. Muma communities mwatu mulibe equity, mulibe peace, mulibe mtendere.
Okay.
We, the Socialist Party, we want to bring justice. Okay? Not just justice kuma court, whereby if you commit a crime, then for you to be represented well, you need to hire a lawyer. No. Justice must be justice for all. What is wrong is wrong. We must call a spade a spade. Okay? Unlike stepping on those people that have got no access to hire lawyers to seek justice in court. No.
Okay.
We, the Socialist Party, have the message of justice. We have the message of peace. We have the message of equity. We want equal distribution of national resources. We need to share the national cake equally. Okay? Tenzomvera no masujirite yasira. But in Nepal, I've not benefited from that. Is that equity? No, it has been depleted. It has been depleted. So we are trying, if ever
in your homes, dear viewers, please engage with us on our Facebook page. And obviously, we do have a story here. Pope Francis in stable condition, thanks to doctors and healthcare workers after quite second night in hospital. So those are some of the stories that we are putting forward on our Facebook page. Please engage with us, leave a comment there, and don't be left out as we embark on the digital journey, where you'll be able to upload our app as Camnet TV through App Store and Google Play Store and App Store. You'll be able to have that particular app. Our Monday motivation is: you were born for greatness. Start your week strong, whether it's a small step or a big leap. Keep moving forward. What's your goal this week? Share your comments with us right here on Camnet TV. Thank you so much, dear viewers, for having chosen us amongst many on a Monday like this one. I have been your host. Joe Smarter is my name. On behalf of my director, Mr. Lesa upstairs, it's